Ciao guys, welcome back to the ARTFUL podcast. It's Matteo, your host. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment down below. Let's grow this art community together. And no further ado, let's go on with a new episode. How are you? It's been so long.
Nice, very good. I'm
Very good, yeah. Where are you calling from at the moment?
from Berlin. I was in
Oh, you're in
Sweden.
Berlin. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
sometimes I'm in Sweden and sometimes I'm here.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're always
Yeah.
on the move, so I need to catch you when I can.
Yes, have been a lot of movement in this last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I can imagine. Yeah, so I saw your stuff at the Artissima in Turin.
You
And
see there. Yeah. I see the photos. It was
yeah,
very
exactly. Yeah, I was there for one of my exhibitions, and then I went to the Artissima and
great.
I was like, oh God, yeah, she's here as well. And then I saw your exhibition here in Berlin was a bit ago. Yeah, and then I had the honor to have to curate one of your exhibitions, so that you were part on for Front Views. So yeah, obviously a big fan of yours. Oh,
Thank you.
and I
Thank you.
saw
Where
the
are
the
you?
Biennale, obviously. Yeah.
Where
So
are you sitting now? Where
yeah.
are you based now? You are in Italy?
No, I'm in Berlin at the moment. Yeah, I'm in Berlin.
You are in Berlin. Okay. I was
Yeah.
thinking you will come here in the studio. Because I'm doing the production of Denver and everyone is waiting.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep this nice and short, and yeah, well, obviously you're busy. I don't want to take too much time of your day.
Don't
So we
worry.
can just jump into it straight away. For the people that don't know you, obviously these few people, there is not many. Just a little bit of your background, a little introduction, if you wanna tell us a little bit of your start of your journey.
Okay. Thank you for the invitation, Matteo. I'm coming from Chile. My city is Viña del Mar. So my part of my family is coming from Valparaíso, and another part was in the exile from Franco. Also, I have Bolivian blood. So I have grandmother was Indian from this area. So, and then it's very mixed. All my I have been studying. I have the privilege to study in Italian school. For this reason, I parlo italiano.
Yeah.
Like and I'm very happy always to work with Italian people, having a privilege to grow up with people from Genoa and from another places of Italy, and to be inserted from very young in the cultural heritage from Italy. It was this amazing. I have been doing the Venice Biennale, and you can imagine what it means for me being. Yeah. We have a book in the school, the name was Incontri. I don't know if you know this kind of book, but it's always full of photos and it's very archaeological and it's everything together. I think it's very influenced for this school book. My imagination also, because the education in Italian school have a lot to do with visual. So we have been having the projection. We have always little films about Italy, and yeah, this have been growing in me and in my heart also to be very close to all the historic mythology. So, and then Greek mythology also, and also the classic from Italy, like Carducci, the Amicis, and also after Italo Calvino and all the another big influence in my work, have been really fundamental.
That's really nice to hear that the Italian study had this huge influence on you, and obviously mixed with your background as a Chilean artist and from South America, has like a massive cultural and you can see it, as you said, we are really visual people, like Italian, we especially like artistically, and you explore with your art human body, mythology, and surrealism. And I want to understand why you focus your art on that with that subjects, and if you want to elaborate a little bit on your practice and these specific subjects.
All the Greek mythology have play a big role because we are confronted with Catholicism, and also we have another belief system coming from the people of the earth, like Incas or Aymaras or Mapuches, all the culture around. They also play a big influence in our way of the everyday, you know. We grow with all the influence. We grow with influence from European, but we grow so much with influence of the Indian mythology also. So what is in common? Always I have find this path, what is in common. When I was very young, I left the Catholicism to go to Buddhism. So I began to learn about another belief system. And this have been my drive force. It was not only to be inserted in a religion, it's more to understand the sense of to be in this religion, of the sense of why we are in this planet, in this earth.
I understand. It's really intriguing because it's a really similar idea of what I think about religion. As I grew up obviously in Italy, and as an Italian, you pushed into become a Catholic, and religion such a part, like the church and religion, such a big part of your growing up. It's where all the people are. Every Sunday, every week, every afternoon, they go there, and that's the community. That's where the community get together. And even if I don't believe right now, I don't think I have a religion with me, but at the same time, I'm so fascinated by religion in general and other religions, and it's something that I've always look up to learn more and more. I even want to go to just explore cities in general, churches. It's always something that I want to see. That says a lot about like the cultural aspect of the place. And yeah, it's obviously it's because I'm Italian, and that's what in my brain is. And yeah, it's and culturally it's similar to I guess for where are you from? And from like South America, big church, big religion, believers. And yeah, so we can see that aspect of your art. Do you think there is an influence into your drawings? Religion plays an influence into your drawings?
Absolutely. We have been more thinking about synchronicity, you know, like what is the way the religions melt together? Because it's a lot of things from Incas have been taken and have been in common, and they have been putting together the religions. It's not like one religion live without another. It's like a lot of religions are coexisting. And this makes it more interesting about my work is everything have to do with the smelt of the religions, because when they smelt, they also disappear, because in the end, the sense of being spiritual is something growing in us, and also to discern about what we think have sense in this life. It's something in ourselves. We decide if we will use plastic If we decide if we will use glass, we decide. We have sometimes the power to decide in this economic society. Sometimes you have the chance to decide. From everything is also a privilege to can decide. We have the privilege to decide if we want to have a religion or not, if we are believer or not. I was not believing anymore when I was 15. It was my big crisis with 15 years old. I was not believing in nothing. And then I was inspired about people was able to believe. I say, wow, it's so great people can believe. I so inspired about devotion. I think it's so beautiful. And then I discovered the poesy.
How did you discover that? How did you get across with that?
I was so much in books. I was so much in reading and buying books. So my sister spent the money in cigarettes and candies, and I money in books. Since I was 12, like we get every week some money. So I began to collect books. When I was very, very young, I went to the kiosk and I wanted an art facsimile.
I see. How do you think your process? Do you remember when did you decide to become an artist? Because that's usually it's a big moment as an artist, as a person that decide to become an artist. Do you remember when it was it? At what age and what moment was it?
I think for us in my country, it's very difficult to get the vision of what you want to be. It's more about what is the way you will do in life and survive. It's not more have choices. But when I was 12, I had the possibility to go to an art school of the municipality where was all kind of people going. It was not expensive. And then this was with 12. I went to Escuela Municipal de Bellas Artes con Virginia Vizcaíno. She's an artist from Valparaíso. And I really adore her and still her. And she really changed my life.
Amazing.
Very experimental artist.
So you were pretty young, and I imagine you went through like different phases as an artist, and because it's always an up and down roller coaster of emotions when you're an artist. But how did you, if you can walk us through how your artistic process changed through the years, through time, and how did you get to what you do now, which is then I want to talk about your drawings in particular.
I think before was more like a diary, doing these little drawings, trying to recapitulate and understand the world. I was not fluent in German, so I arrived 28 years ago. I was not fluent in German, so for one part I feel very isolated, what make me a lot alone, and then I developed a big body of work. First, I developed a very big series of drawing with when I was studying in the class with Janis Kunelis. So, and then he say, you are really artist, but I never feel like a really artist. I have been always trying to discover more, and this was changing. In one time, it was very successful, all the little drawing, but I never want to stick to the little drawing because it was successful. Then I begin to change, I begin to grow, moving to make two-dimensional. I stay in the paper because I love this precary and I love this possibility to transport the nomade part of my work. Like you can make disappear everything also in very little moments. I was a little afraid of being too monumental, too material in this world. Because my work, I wanted to connect with the poetry, but it's the most, for me, the drawings needed to have like a soul. I was always looking for this soul in the drawing.
That's beautiful. But that make me think, how do you navigate? Because obviously, and you can see in your artworks, there is a lot of like poetry, there is a lot of like sentimental stuff. It's really an emotional like piece when you see yours, and you see there are layers. It's not just a drawing aesthetically, it's nice. There are layers into your drawings and art in general. How do you navigate try to maintain that poetry, that emotional level, and navigate this word as try to, because we have to try to sell, try to not go with the trend. So if you see there is something that sells more, then it's really difficult for you to not do it, because you're gonna sell, you're gonna make money, but then it's gonna take off of your emotional and poetry of your work. How do you navigate that? Because obviously as an artist you need to think about both sides.
But this make me think in the more uncommercial drawing I have done.
Okay.
I think every artist have a collection of not beautiful works. I think my ugly kids and ugly kids are the more important kids, because at the end, sometimes the visual is very tricky to be beautiful things. You can say in the end you fall in love. It's tricky, but at the end, if the beauty don't have any sense, will be it is very short to buy the beautiful, more beautiful painting. If they don't have the mystery and these keys, this insight, this meaning, this meaningful, they are nothing. And then it's my challenge have to do with this, have to do with to make this meaningful. And for this reason I work with a lot of different group of ethnicity, like with Yorubas, I work with the oracle, I work with I Ching, I work with a lot of another ways to read this reality. There are a lot of keys. In Yoruba, I know 5 kind of oracles. They are incredible the way they read, and the meaning of all these pieces, of all the numerology is so complex. For this reason, my work is full of numerology also. And then why numerology? And it's like every Orisha god have a number. When you make the Ching, it's the same. It's this combinatory. And for me, it's energy.
I see.
And when you understand the oracle, when you go in this world, you see the world through another eyes. It's message. You can read the message. You can decodificate why you are in this world. What is the mission of your life?
It's really inspiring, and it's kind of it's really nice to hear that from successful artists like you, that can maintain that purity in your drawings, and then but so talking about your drawings, they're really particular, they're really unique, I will say. That can you walk us through the actual process, so the more hands-on process, and how do you come up with ideas? How do you come up with what you want to draw, what does inspire you, and to the end, because there is even the wax part that it's really interesting. If you want to elaborate a little bit on the process.
I think it's very mysterious, because my process of work was very influenced for interpretation of of dreams, you know. And then I had this alchemy, you know. I was very looking in the alchemy, what is the way to do things, you know, not to make something ready. To make the wax for me was the way to close the drawer, and it's a total ritual. Every part of the work is total ritual. Is without do this will not be finished, will not be have soul. But like I told you, this interpretation, this key to open spaces also is part in this alchemy. It's nothing separate of, it's everything have always been in one direction. You know, for me, I have been very influenced for alchemy, but also the cooking. The cooking in South America is very, very inside us. You know, we cook, we make a hole, and we make hot stones. I remember when I was 7 years old, I was in Eastern Islands. And in Eastern Island, they do like something cooking, like its name is curanto. And I remember the way they put these very hot stones inside this hole, and then they put leaves, and then they put this fruit de mer, and then they put fish, and they put so many things in this hole. And then after they closed everything, this hole, and was nothing. And then after half hour, they open, and we begin to eat from this hole. And this I really have in myself, the field. This was alchemy. For me, to go to Eastern Island when I was so young changed my life. I went inside the volcanoes, Tepito, Octenúa, Rapa Nui, El Ombligo del Mundo. All the meaningful for this little place was for me so touching. I think the childhood memories are very important for my work.
Really interesting. Really interesting. So I ask all the artists that I interview, and especially I want to hear this from you, as you are really inspiring, and I really I love your work, and I have the honor to interview. So before I leave you and let you free for the interview, if you want to give a little advice to some younger artists that are looking, to find their unique voice, how they could find their voice, how they can navigate being an artist in these modern times.
I think what is very important is to find the people inspire you. For the young people, they look in the academies, which people is teaching. I think if you are lucky, you can get some very good people around teaching. But also, for me, have been very important, be traveling. Be traveling. I think for me, my big transformation was the 2003 when I went to Cuba and I met Lydia Ribalta More. This was a shaman from Santeria that she retained my life. And I was for time and to time talking fast every week with her. And she teach me another way to see the reality. It's very important to change of places, to go away to your comfort zone. It's very important because you can see your origin place, and you can see better what things when you are inside swimming in this water you cannot see. You can also appreciate more what you have, or you can make your own elections. It's really important to move and to try to study in another place than your city, to try to study out, to work out, and to get the experience of the world, because our destiny, it's unique, and we have so much to decide, and the world is changing so fast. And in the end, I see sometimes we get stuck at, and this is the biggest problem. I think every artist have up and down, like you say so wisely. Every art can be in the top and after can be struggling, because you never know that it's not only to sell, like you say, oh, I want to sell, and this is important to survive, but to be a good artist, you really need to make the compromise. Like, if you are working only for the money, at the end will not work. You will be unhappy. You need to be more in the soul, in your heart, and feel what make really sense for you, what you want to give to your community. I try to be very objective. I don't make so much political opinion, if you have seen, because in the long way, the politics will show us what they can do or not, We can be convinced, oh, the green will change Germany. They have not done.
No.
They have changed Germany. I think we all was putting all our hope in them. And then you say, oh, this is really sad. And then you say, yeah, why you become so neutral about the war and stuff like this? I'm not neutral. I have my ideas. Only I'm for pacifism. I'm 100% for pacifism. I don't want to take one part or another. I think already nation is a ridiculous thing, but we can't decide anything in this moment.
Yeah.
And this
sorry.
It's important to say, because in my time I grew up was a lot of protest. We have been always protesting. I suffer a lot. I grew up in dictator, And I think the more important in this society is respect. Without respect is nothing.
I agree. Completely agree. And I completely agree as well on the travel part. It's something that changed me so much. It's traveling. So I left Italy when I was 18, almost 19, between 18 and 19. And in Italy, it's unheard of, especially 10 years ago. Leaving your house, and especially like not even your house, your country when you are there young. I'm from the south as well. You don't hear that stories. Like, there is people that stay in their house until they are 30, 35, which is fine. I understand why there is the old problems that push you to stay at home until you're 30, 35. But at the same time, traveling changes you so much and makes you grow so quickly and learn about people and learn how to talk to people and respect people. That's so important. And especially if you're an artist, that's what you should do as soon as you can. And it will make you realize what it's important for you and where you want to focus your art. So I completely agree on what you just said about traveling. So I push everybody to travel all the time. When people ask me, did you rather do university straight away or travel 100%? It makes you grow as a person in matter than years. So I agree with you. And before we close the interview, obviously I want to say thank you for you to be part of the podcast. As I said many times, huge fun, and I will travel around to see your work with no problem. Do you want to promote if you have any upcoming exhibition, any project that you have? Please, you can do it now.
I'm doing a big show in Denver Art Museum. It's a kind of retrospective with 300 works curated for Rafael Fonseca.
Amazing.
And yeah, this is April next year. For this reason, I'm very quiet now, because at the end, I'm very concentrated finishing this big exhibition. And then this exhibition will go to different places.
Oh, okay, nice, amazing.
Yeah, we'll be going to LA, to Toronto, to Santiago de Chile. So
great, fantastic.
and then I will be in Berlin. The 18th of June is the I received the prize of Kati Kolbitz prize in the
Oh,
Academic Kunst. So you are
congratulations.
very welcome to
Of
the
course, I'll come. Yeah,
Heiberg. I'll be very happy to see you again there.
of course, I will be there.
And it's definitely incredible thing happened to receive this prize, but I don't apply to anything for a lot of year because so scared to fail, and then I was nominated to this. And I think it's incredible for me in my city to get this prize. And yeah, you know, like I'm the first Latin American artist get this prize is really amazing happening, this change. And also like Chola Poblete also win another prize here. She's from Peru, and I'm very glad it's so many things happen for Latin American artists in Europe in this moment.
Amazing, amazing. And they should everybody should appreciate your
Thank
art.
you.
And thank you very much again, Sandra. It was an honor. It was a pleasure. It was nice to talk to you. And yeah, you're always super funny as well. So thank you very much.
Blessings.